What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video. I'm Kawn. We're back with Market Mondays, the show where every week, every Monday, I show you guys throughout the wipe what's selling for what on the flea market, what items you should be looking up for, and what items are not even worth picking up. As always, I stream on Twitch. You can always sub if you like these videos and you want to follow through when the wipe happens, at the beginning of the wipe to the end. And if you drop this video a like, I really appreciate that. As always, I also stream on Twitch. I'll be live right after this video goes up, and I'll see you guys over there. So let's get into it. So today we have a special edition of Market Mondays. I want to talk about armor. Last week I talked about guns. Today I want to talk about armor, and I want to talk about what armor is worth picking up that's found in raid, and what armor that isn't really worth picking up that's found in raid. So if you're looking at some armors, so I want to go through the level 6 armors as well. Hex Grids, definitely worth picking up. They don't take up that much, and they sell for about 300k even when they're zeroed out. So Hex Grids, if you find these on raiders and labs or on reserve, Bluehar sometimes wears a Hex Grid, you definitely want to pick that up, and you definitely want to either use it or sell it on the flea market for a nice bit of profit. Kill armor. Now, personally, I think kill armor isn't worth picking up to sell. I think it's better to pick it up and hold on to it and use it, but that's my personal opinion. Kill armor sells for around 200k when it's zeroed out, but you can repair it for about 60 to 70k, and it doesn't lose much durability at all, and it's a very, very good armor. So if you find one that's zeroed out, I think you should keep it and just repair it and use it, but you can also sell it on the flea market for about 187,000. Fort Defender 2 armor. Now this armor I really don't think is worth picking up. I don't think it's worth picking up because I just don't think it's worth selling. It takes up a lot of slots, and if you have the space for it, sure, pick it up, but at 160k for level 5 armor, kill armor is definitely something that you would take over the fort. Just because of it's got better repairability. It's also just a better material, and it's just a better level 5 armor in general. Now, Fort Reeded armor. This is probably one of the worst level 5 armors in the game other than the Kawn. It sells at about 80k on the flea market, zeroed out, that is. And to repair it, it repairs decent, but I still don't think, because of the change turning speed and the ergonomics, I don't think it's worth picking up if you find it on a raider, just because of the amount of slots it takes up. I'd definitely pick up a Defender 2 over the Fort Reeded. Trooper armor. Now, I don't think trooper armor is worth picking up at the moment. 91k. It's a pretty large slot item, and it doesn't really. It's a weird shape. It's kind of like a tac tech, where if you put it in your bag, it's taking up a weird spot where you could have fit other stuff. So at 91k, I don't think trooper armor is worth picking up unless you're just going to throw it on your body and use it. Sure, if you're on a scav run, cool. But if you find this on a player, I would probably just ditch it and take their gun instead, or take something else instead. Gen 4. Now, Gen 4 barely sells for anything, really. And I actually think this is a good armor. So Gen 4 I don't think is that bad. It can tank a lot of shots. It has a lot of movement penalty, which is why you see, let's just buy this one, why you see it going down in price on the flea market. But the repairability is not that bad, and for the price, I really don't think you can go wrong. So for 89k I can repair it. I bought it for 65k, so at about the same price as like a full trooper, 120, 130k, I get a Gen 4 assault. And I don't think the Gen 4 assault is at all, a very bad investment. So I do think it's worth buying, but because of the shape, I don't think it's the greatest item in the world to be picking up. So if you find one that's zeroed out and you have the room for it, pick it up, sell it on the flea market, or just keep it and use it. But I don't think it's worth picking up over something else like a slick or something better. Now, the Gen 4 high mobility kits, definitely not worth picking up. If you find one that's zeroed out on a raider, I wouldn't even bother with it, unless I would much rather fill up those slots with like one slot 10k items or one slot 15k items. You'll make a lot more money that way. Now, slicks. The black slicks are actually selling for a lot more right now. So the black slicks are selling for around 600,000, whereas the olive and the tan slicks are selling for a lot less. So if you're going to be using slicks and you want to buy them on the flea market, I definitely recommend buying the tan or the olive ones, just because they sell for about 200k less than their predecessor, the black slick. So I really like the black slick. I'm not sure exactly why it's selling differently. It's literally the same armor, just a color change. But if you find a slick, I would definitely pick up a slick over any of these other armors because it's small, it doesn't take up that much space, and it sells for around 600k on the flea market. But if you're going to be buying and using slicks, I would use the tan or the olive slick instead. Now the Zook 6A heavy armor. Now this is a level 6 armor that I don't personally think is that good because of the repairability is terrible, but it does sell for quite a bit. Even at zeroed out, it's around 240, 250k, and it's probably worth picking up because of the size. It's not a massive item. It's worth picking up. I personally don't use it because it's ceramic. Ceramic armor tends to not repair very well. So Zook 6A heavy armor, it's a level 6 armor. If you do find it, I would recommend picking it up, and I would recommend selling it on the flea market. It goes for around 240k. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys appreciate this video. And I'm sorry that Market Mondays is kind of getting a little bit slower. I have less content with Market Mondays, and I'm moving on to like some other content. But when the wipe comes, make sure you're subscribed because the wipe every single week, it's really helpful to know exactly what's going high on the flea market, because when wipe happens, it's gonna really be helpful for you guys to know every single week of the wipe, especially at the beginning, what's selling, because a lot of items that you wouldn't think are gonna be selling for a lot sell for a lot. So thanks for stopping by, guys. Twitch down below, Discord down below, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace, people.